Good day, everyone. I am Merjan Pitaraya, and my assigned topic is all about technology in engaging learners. In Lesson 5, Theories and Principles in the Use of Design of Technology-Driven Lessons. And my objectives is at the end of the discussions, the participants must have determined the role of adaptive learning technologies in enhancing student engagement and motivation. Explain the importance of fostering digital literacy in promoting responsible and effective technology use, and analyze how technology integration encourages lifelong learning and continuous development among students. These are my guide questions. First is, what is engagement? Second is, in what ways can motivation and motive questions make a lesson more engaging and meaningful for learners? Third is, what are the educational technology or edtech application tools, and how are they used in teaching and learning? Fourth is, how does technology improve the teaching and learning process for both teachers and students? Fifth is, how can technology help teachers create learning experiences that are adaptive, digitally responsible, and that inspire students to become lifelong learners? What is engagement? Engagement is the first student-centered phase of the cycle in the model. This is where you consider student prior knowledge and identify possible misconceptions. Fortunately, through the help and the use of educational technology applications, you can now easily motivate and engage your students to the teaching and learning process. Engagement is the first phase in SE instructional model, which was developed by Bybee and Landes. This phase is considered one of the most challenging segments of the teaching and learning process, which will require a great amount of effort and creativity from you as a future teacher. This student-centered phase should be motivational period that can create desire to learn more about the coming topic through brainstorming, demonstrations, questionings, or using graphic organizers. Engagements also sets the foundation for effective learning. If students are not interested from the start, they are less likely to participate or understand the lesson. Teacher must design strategies that spark curiosity and connect lesson to student prior knowledge. For example, at Tubigan West National High School, grade 10 still is teacher Ms. Rivera begins her lesson on proper food handling and sanitation. To make the topic more engaging, she shows a short video clip about how bacteria grow on food when not stored properly. After watching, she asked the class, what mistakes did you notice in the video? Students eagerly raised their hands and shared an answer like, they didn't wash their hands, or the meat was left outside too long. Ms. Rivera divides the class into groups, and motive questions make a lesson more engaging and meaningful for learners. So, there are different interactive and creative strategies to engage and motivate students. First is the motivation. As teachers, it is our number one priority to motivate students in their learning. The more motivated students are learn something new, the more likely the student is to retain the material. Research shows that while growing up in the ever-growing technology tool, the incorporation of technology helps motivate students to learn, like for example, discuss a project they conducted that allowed third grade leaders and first graders to work together and create an app that will allow kindergarten to practice math strategies. This week-long project allowed students to use technology, collaborate, and teach. It discussed the process that the students went through and outcomes of the project. So this technology enhanced project motivated that student who wanted to continue building and working at home. Like the project gave a young student a real world purpose for planning and creating collaboratively. Like, for example, the teacher begins the lessons by playing a short, catchy, and hand-washing song. Second is a motive questions. It is a question that can be answered by the students only if they read or listen to the story or passage. Thus, finding the answer to the questions is part of the student's motive or purpose. For reading or listening to the text, For example, Teacher Rika asked in her ICT lesson about basic computer parts and functions. Teacher Rika's motive question was, before using the computer, what did the teacher do or remind the students to do? If you want your student to make a semantic map as a pre-lesson activity, then your motive question should be connected to the student's semantic map. Like, when you hear the word computer, what comes to your mind? Write these words around it. Like for example, like di ba ug makadungog ta computer kay ang ato man jong ma-mind or masulti kay kanang mga na keyboard, monitor, na mouse, na system unit or kuan ba ng printer. Based on the sample semantic map, we can ask the following motive questions. Then ika ug makuha na tanan, muas na ka daen, muas na ka ug kanang mga possible questions like in our lesson today, which computer parts do you think the students will use to create a simple document? Here's also another example of semantic map in response to the same question. Remember this rule when formulating motive questions. The answer to the question should be found in the first part of the discussion or lesson. That helping students figure out the answer early motivates them to listen, participate, and stay. What are the educational technology application tools and how are they used in teaching and learning? Educational technology application make learning more interactive, fun, and student-centered. These tools help teachers capture student attention, stimulate curiosity, and make lessons more meaningful. Though, using EdTech, lesson becomes less traditional and more dynamic, which increases student participation and improves comprehension. Here are some categories of notable EdTech apps that you may use in engaging your students. Muna siya ang gamiton para maka-engage sa students mo mga apps. The first is the interactive game-based sites. These sites allows you to choose a game from introductions or wrap-up routines. And the game itself. There are numerous games and videos that you may use in engaging your students. Thus, your primary task is to explore and select the most appropriate video which is related to your lesson. A tally in the dashed section keeps track of minutes of each creativity points. Like mag-gain ka of medals or other insensitive of class that create for teachers to share the activity summary with students. So, here are the examples of interactive game-based sites. First is Kahoot, multiple player game often used in classroom for team-based review. Like for example, Miss Santiago at LE teacher at Santa Rosa Integrated School creates a Quizlet set on entrepreneurial concepts. Students use flashcards and matching games to memorize business terminologies like capital, profit, demand, and marketing. The teacher assigns it is a study tool before the quiz, like helping students review anytime using their phones. Then, the third example of the interactional game-based learning is WordWall, or app po ni siya. Like, it is an online platform designed to help teachers create an array of interactive and engaging class activities for students in person or online. This platform provides various templates for teachers to select from. All an instructor needs to do is supply content and WordWall while automatically generate materials for the class. So the teacher or creator navigation is the host experience is focused on making and sharing activities. First is log in or start in Google to go to the World Net and log in. Then create activity to click the create activity button and choose a template that select a starting game format like quiz or match up. Then the third is enter content like type in your questions, terms, and answer once. Then switch templates is after saving, look for the switch templates panel on the side. Then which and single click, you can instantly turn your quiz content into a word search, crossword, random wheel, or maze chase game. Then share or assign that like to click the share button to get a link or QR code, or set a homework assignment for students. Then use the community tab to search and find activities that made by other teachers that you copy and edit. Then students, player, or navigations. The student's experience is entirely about accessing and playing the activity. Like to access the students, simply click the link or scan the QR code provided students or no account needed to play most activities. Di din siya kailangan ng account para maka-play ka aning world wall. Then play is follow the on-screen instructions for the specific game. In a live game like game show quiz, students participate on the device while following the main screen. Like in a homework assignment or the game runs entirely on their device and other results are atomically saved for teachers. Then the feedback is students get immediate feedback on whether their answers are correct or incorrect. Like for example, in Davao City High School, Miss Villanueva uses World Wall during her lesson in food preservation methods. She projects a match-up game where students pair the preservation method or like salting, drying, pickling, or kanang preservation, about preservation. Then with its correct description, the interactive makes students more engaged and reinforces learning through visual practices. Then these are the infographic generating applications. These are the web-based applications which help the students create their own infographics during their brainstorming activity. These make students more engaged in the lessons by collaboratively sharing their inputs to the groups, then synthesizing their inputs to infographics. Aside from infographics, students may use these apps to create reports, presentations, these apps to create social media, graphics, prints, flyers, and posters. So the first example of graphic generating applications is a Canva. Canva is an immensely powerful and versatile tool for educators, particularly because of its free Canva for Educational account, or which unlock premium features for verified teachers and their students. It allows you to move beyond basic documents to create highly engaging, visually rich learning experiences for both content delivery and student creations. So for teachers, it quickly creates presentation, posters, worksheets, and lesson plan using existing templates. Its main benefit is to save time and make lesson more visual and engaging. For students, it quickly creates presentation, posters, and videos for projects to demonstrate learning. It is benefit to make creative, professional-looking projects easily, even if no design experience. For example, a TLE teacher at Tubigon West Central High School teaches students how to use Canva to create a business logo and product poster for their entrepreneurship project. Students design creative advertisements for their proposed food products. The teacher guides them in applying principles, design, and marketing, enhancing both creativity and digital literacy. The second example is the Pictochart. Pictochart is an excellent tool for educators for leverage the power of visual communication for transforming text-heavy information into engaging and easily digest graphics. For teachers, instead of using plain text or basic slideshow, use Pictochart to quickly create eye-catching visuals. Turn a complex lesson for a boring syllabus or a set of rules into simple, colorful infographic or a poster. It is a goal to capture students' attention and information easier to remember. For students, they use tools, templates like icons and charts to turn research paper into single, compelling graphics. So the goal is to force students to find the most important information and present it clearly. The shows of a deeper understanding that are written and essay. Then, the technology in the classroom offers numerous advantages enhancing both teaching and learning experiences. So how does technology help teachers and students? So there are three key benefits are increased engagement, personalized learning, and improved collaborations. The first one is the increased engagements. Technology makes learning more interactive and engaging. So tools like educational apps, videos, and simulations allow students to explore subjects in a dynamic and captivating way. For example, at Tubigon West National High School, Miss Javier, a TLE teacher, uses virtual kitchen simulators and cooking tutorial videos to make her lesson and curriculum more engaging. Instead of just reading recipes from a book, students explore 3D simulation where they can virtually measure ingredients, choose cooking tools, and practice proper food handling. They also watch short videos demonstration from local chefs on a safe kitchen practices. These interactive tools capture students' attention, help them visualize real cooking processes, and make learning experience both fun and practical. The second benefits is the personalized learning, which is the technology enables personalized learning experiences or catering the individual's needs and learning paces. With adaptive learning software, students can work on exercises tailored to their abilities. So teachers can also track progress in real time and provide targeted support. This flexibility allows students to take control of their learning, improving motivation and outcomes. For example, in National High School, Mr. Dizon integrates an online learning platform for his lesson in entrepreneurship. Each student access modules and activities based on their performance and interest, for instance. Some students focus on food production while others fashion accessories. The system adjusts the level of difficulty depending on their understanding and progress. Mr. Dizon monitors the results in real time and gives additional guidance to those who need help in prior pricing or budgeting. This personalized approach allows every learner to grow at their own pace, boosting confidence and motivation to learn. The third benefits is improved collaboration. Technology fosters collaboration among students. Online platform and tools such as Google Classroom or collaborative documents enable students to work together in projects even remotely. This not only enhances students' communication skill but also prepares students for the increasingly digital and collaborative nature for modern workplace. For example, in Tagbilaran City Science High School, Miss Castillo, grade 10 TLE students use Google Classroom and share Google Sheets to work on a class project about sustainable home-based businesses. Each group is assigned to plan and document their business proposal for posting and design to marketing strategies. Student collaborative online, sharing ideas, editing content together, and posting updates. Even those absent can contribute remotely. This teamwork helps students develop communication, organization, and problem-solving skills, preparing them for real-world collaboration in future workplace. So, use adaptive learning technologies. Adaptive learning tools allow teachers to personalize instruction based on each learner's pace and abilities. These technologies provide real-time feedback and create interactive learning experience, which significantly boosts student engagement and motivations. For example, in grade 9 theory class at the Bigong Western High School, Miss Ching integrate ICT tools to enhance their lessons in entrepreneurship. Using Canva and PowerPoint, students design their own digital business plan for small food or handicraft venture. The teacher begins the lesson by explaining the importance of marketing and product presentation, then guides the students as the create eye-catching posters, logos, and price lists on their laptops. The use of technology allows students to visualize their business ideas more creatively by developing digital skills essential for modern entrepreneurship. Then the second is the foster digital literacy, or indicators should integrate activities that strengthen students' ability to evaluate online resources or use the productivity tools effectively and practice responsible digital ethics. By embedding the skills into classroom instructions, teachers prepare learners to navigate the digital world confidently and responsibly, making them better equipped for the demands of the 21st century. For example, in a grade 10 theory class at the Neon National High School, Miss Graber teaches his student how to evaluate and use online information responsibly while working on their project about starting a small food business. Before beginning the research, he discusses how to identify credible websites, recognize fake news and misleading advertisement, understand the importance of protecting personal information when browsing the internet. As students gather information about recipes, packaging, and pricing strategies, Ms. Cabrera guides them to cite the sources properly and avoid copying content word for word. So during class discussion, students share what they learn about safe online practices and value honesty and respect online practices, and value the digital information. Through this lesson, learners not only improve their entrepreneurial knowledge, but also develop awareness and responsibility, digital citizen skills that are essential in both their studies and future careers. The third is encouraging lifelong learning skills. Encouraging the lifelong learning means designing technology to create a learning environment that inspires students to explore knowledge beyond the classroom and develop the skills needed to adapt to continued challenges in society. By connecting lesson to real-world context and integrating meaningful inquiry activities, educators nurture curiosity, critical thinking, and problem-solving activities. Technology enhances the process by expanding learning opportunities, allowing students to access personalized diverse resources or collaborative globally and personalize their learning journey. This promote mindset where learning becomes continuous, self-driven process rather than task-limited school years. For example, in the grade 10 class, Miss Del Rosario encourages lifelong learning skills through hands-on inquiry-based activities in agri-fishery arts strand. The lesson focuses on sustainable aquaculture, practices proper fish cultivation techniques, or students begin by observing school mini fish pond or where they records water, temperature, or feeding schedules and fish growth rates. So they research sustainable methods such as natural feeding, alternatives, and waste management, interviewing local fish farmers to gain real-time insights.